What's up guys, Eric from BeatSonic. Today I have here a 2017 Toyota Highlander and we're going to be installing the Apple CarPlay Android Auto system to it. The same kit's also compatible with other select 2014 all the way to 2019 Toyota models with Entune 2.0 and 2.5. It's a very easy plug and play installation. Let's go ahead, get inside and get started. Alright, so the first step we're going to do is remove this big panel piece over here. So let's grab a panel removal tool like this and then go ahead and just place it inside here. And once you got the clip dislodged, go ahead and just work your way inside just carefully. Alright, so once you have this out, go ahead and get this clip removed by just holding on to this little tab here. Pull it out like that, and you can also pull this connector out like this. And go ahead and just put this aside in a safe place. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and remove this panel piece here. Just go ahead and just place your finger under here, give it a good press up, and just go ahead and just carefully work your way up, removing all the clips in between. And if you need some assistance, you can also use a little panel removal tool if you like. Alright, so we're going to remove the two vents. Let's grab a hold of this. I already kind of loosened this, and then just grab it out towards you like that. And then for this side as well. Okay, I used the assistance of a panel removal tool since this side was a little bit more difficult. And once you remove those two vents, you'll notice that there's going to be 4 10mm bolts we're going to remove using our power tool. So we got our 1, 2, 3, 4th one right there. Alright, so once we get those 4 bolts removed, the radio's ready to come out. Just place a really thick towel right under it like this, so you don't scratch anything with the brackets behind it. Just give it a good pull and just place it on the blanket. Alright, and now that this exposes all the connectors in the back, we could grab our interface and let's connect it. Alright, so we have the harness here along with our interfaces. We already pre-connected everything. I know all the wires look a little bit messy. We're going to clean it up later. But let me show you how to connect all these stuff. We have a separate video showing how everything's connected, but just really quickly. So we have this main connector here that's coming from the harness that's connected to the vehicle, and also the HDMI connection over here. This is for the interface side. And then on this plastic box is the CarPlay Android Auto box. You'll find that on one side there's a USB, and then there's a 3.5mm jack. This is where your microphone connects to. The microphone comes from the main harness as well. So the one that's connected to the main harness will connect to this, and then next to it, obviously we only have one USB extension cable that's connected to this. You can either connect the USB extension cable as we connected, or you can connect it to the actual USB harness that we sell separately if you opt to purchase that one. And then on the other side, you'll find that there's a HDMI connection, and that HDMI connection will connect the HDMI cable between the interface and this plastic box. And then next to it is the power supply to power this CarPlay Android Auto box. And then you'll also find another 3.5mm jack, and this one's for your aux, for your sound. And this will connect to the main harness as well. Alright, so everything's connected, and all we have to do is connect daisy chain these 3 connectors to the radio. We'll first start off with this connector over here. So go ahead and just press down on the tab and pull it out. And make sure you always pull on the connector itself and not on the wire, because if you do on the wire, you might potentially pull out the wire out of the harness, which will be really bad. Okay, and all we're gonna do is daisy chain it to our connector like that. So one side, the part that was going into the radio, will connect to our harness, and our other side of the harness will connect into the radio. Okay, so we're gonna do that for the other 2 harness. So that's that one, and then another one's over here. the top right. Okay, and we're gonna do this connector right here. All right, well, everything is now connected. So let's go ahead and turn on the radio to make sure everything's in working order. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna leave the screen like this. All right, so far it looks like everything's in working order. Okay, and there's also one more thing that we need to configure. Go ahead and grab a small pick like this. You could even use a paper clip, and using that, grab the Apple CarPlay box. And on the Apple CarPlay box, next to the microphone cable, you'll find this little plug here. And on top of the plug, there's really tiny buttons up here. So the button that's nearest to the 3.5mm microphone, go ahead and press and hold it for a few seconds. And when you do that, you will get the settings menu for your Apple CarPlay. And if you look over here, you will notice that the main volume is at 46. We want to push that up to 56. Everything else, leave it alone. And also on the left side, there's other two settings. Do not mess with it, leave it alone as well. So the only thing we want to touch is the main volume, 46. Just keep pushing the plus button until it's 56, that's the maximum, and then press back. All right, now our music should be a little bit louder. Okay. There's also a configuration that needs to be on the phone side, so let's go ahead and do it now. First, go to Settings, and then go to General, and then go to Accessibility, then find Call Audio Routing. It's gonna be an automatic. You're gonna switch that to Bluetooth headset. All right, so for this customer, he's actually going to use the USB extension that's included. We're gonna go ahead and route it from the back and just let it come out on the side, where you could plug the phone so he could continue to use his factory USB connectors. For many, you might want to get the optional USB harness where you could just use your factory USB as your new CarPlay or Android Auto. And if you're gonna do that, you have to go down here on the connections, and then you'll find these 3 sets of these 1-pin connectors. The gray one over here, this is your USB, so you're gonna unplug this and plug it into the harness, and the other side of the harness will plug in to this plastic box, the USB. That's how you connect it. Okay, for others that want to just use the provided USB, then you just go ahead and connect the USB extension on here and just route this to your liking. So we're gonna go ahead and route this. We're gonna clean up the wires, put it neatly in the back, and then we're gonna reverse order everything we just did. All right, guys, we just finished installing. Put everything back to its place, just back to normal now. And we have this cable coming out over here on the side. We wanted to keep using the factory USB, so instead we just have another cable coming out over here. I also connected just a standard Lightning to USB cable, and I could go ahead and connect my phone. And then by going through a few steps on the screen, it will automatically go to either CarPlay or Android Auto. So let me show you how everything works. So this is a normal home screen, and everything's gonna work normally. Nothing's gonna change about it. The only thing that's gonna be different is when you double press on the power button, or when you go to your source and you select aux, then it's gonna switch over to the CarPlay mode. So let me show you how that works. So let me first show you the double power button press. Okay. All right, so there it is. And once it's in system ready, go ahead and just plug in your phone like this. Just give it a moment. And there it is. It's the iOS 13 CarPlay. Touchscreen is working as it should. And all the applications on your phone that's compatible with CarPlay will show up automatically. So within all the map application, Waze just comes out more animated than the other map application. Therefore, it'll display the best image compared to the Google Maps or Apple Maps. And this new iOS is really cool because on its home screen it has a split screen where it'll show you the map and also tell you what's playing and a little calendar as well. Alright, let me also show you how the Android Auto looks quickly by connecting my Samsung S9. So I'm going to unplug this, and once you unplug it, it's going to take you back to the system ready. And if you want to get out, you could just double press on the power like that. Alright, and if you want to go back in, you could once again double press power, or you could just do another way where you just get out of box and then select it again, and it'll take you back to your CarPlay mode as well. You have to allow some authentication on your phone before it'll display. Alright, there it is. So same thing as the Apple CarPlay. It's all touchscreen. It's just the functions are a bit different between Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Which one do I like personally better? Probably the Apple CarPlay, just because the whole interface just seems a bit easier to use than the Android Auto. And then if you want to make phone calls, you could just go to your phone, just dial a number, and you could just call any phone number you want, or you could also access your contacts as well. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I think this concludes both our installation and demonstration video of our CarPlay Android Auto device for Toyota models. This is compatible with select 2014 all the way up to 2019 Toyota models. If you have any additional questions, ask below or send us an email at info@bsonicsusa.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our page. Thank you so much.